Hey guys, all right. I have not made a video in some long time. Apologize. We just have some new stuff going on in the afternoons that usually happens from like 3 to 5, and then we are finishing up our school year this week, thankfully. But the kids have sports basically every single day after that, so I've just basically had zero time to make a video, unfortunately. So, but today I had a little bit of time to squeeze one in for you guys, and let's talk about it. So some interesting candles here. Realistically, if we zoom out here and we look, you can tell that we have a really solid range of 520.79 to 522.54. And then our resistance is 530.39 to 531.42. You can see there is a bit of a downtrend with that white channel, but really, honestly, this almost looks like a bull flag where we're going to break out. Now, I thought actually we were going to break out on this day right here. You can see, though, we got sent back. I wasn't expecting this bull flag to break out. Friday was an interesting day. We had that massive end of day move up higher. Basically in 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours, we went from low a day to a new high a day. And then today, you can see we had that huge drop. And then once again, by end of day, we recovered most of that loss. So the question remains is, where are we headed next? What's the actual direction? So today, I feel like, because if you missed it, there was some issues with the NYSE. There was apparently some back data issues or something like that. So for example, Berkshire, their Class A stock, which is usually like 600 and something $1,000, basically went down to $158. So it was 99.97% down. And then obviously they halted it, fixed it, or whatever they did, and then it went back to normal, and of course pumped right after that. So I feel like a lot of that, because they said there was some other stocks that also had that same issue. I didn't see any like big names besides Burke that were mentioned, but so that's something definitely to watch. I think that if you look at the timing of when that came out, which was right about that 10:30 time frame, we were looking pretty bullish, especially on ES. ES actually started the day much stronger than NQ did, and then we kind of just free fell for about a half hour to 45 minutes, and I think a lot of that was probably algo reactions to that happening. So right now, what I'm looking at here is we are bouncing. The way I see it here is we need to close over 531.42 or under 520.79 in order to really have a solid direction. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of remain in this consolidation. The rest of the week, we get a ton of big data like JOLTS. We get unemployment claims again. We'll have non-farm payroll, and we're going to, of course, have unemployment on Friday. And I think we also get consumer sentiment inflation. So big data. Market's going to react heavily to that data. And so we'll see if we can actually break out here or not. You can see basically the last 2 days have been failed breakdowns. So now we need to see if we're actually going to break out or not. When we go over to ES here, same thing here. Basically, we have our range of 52.40 to 52.49 for support and demand. And then, I got to get rid of this one right here. Then we have 53.24 to 53.44 for our supply and resistance. Same thing. This is our third day basically in a row of holding 52.49 support. And now the challenge is, are we going to be able to break through these double supplies? Close over 53.44, bull flag breaks out, and this is a little short-term V bottom. Close under 52.40, and this is, higher lows, and we're going to go lower. So one thing I do think is interesting, if we look back here on the 23rd of May, we put in a failed breakout. We came down, we bounced up, we had a doji candle. Look at that, another failed breakout. Look at that, same thing, double bottom, come up, doji candle. So the question is tomorrow also going to be a failed breakout and we go lower? So, this honestly is almost perfect setup, identical to the 24th, Friday the 24th into Tuesday the 28th, into the 29th. So this is our Friday. Look at that, also was a Friday. This was a Tuesday because the markets are closed on Monday. Same doji. bounced off EMAs, and then boom, next day, gave it all back. So this will be interesting to see if that kind of plays out overnight or not. Now, when we go over to the Qs, same thing here on big tech. I feel like I should have one more level here. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't know where it went. So there actually is a demand right here at 450.65. So same thing, going all the way back here to May 15th, we have a nice range right here, 450.65 to 459.77. Same thing, we keep trying to break through 20 EMA support, but we can't quite do it. So we do have a short-term V bottom higher, but we didn't retake really any good resistances here. So I would like to see a close over 459.77 or really under 20 EMA support down here at 449.37. When we go over to NQ, same thing here. You know, we had our failed breakout. We came down. We did have the huge doji on Friday, so I was pretty bullish for today, actually. And I was a little surprised that we had the weakness we did. It looked like a more failed breakout to go lower, but they ended up pulling us back up, of course. Power hour was, of course, Bulls hour. So we put in a new demand at 18,592. So this is our support of our range. And then our resistance is all the way up at 18,955. There is a strong potential. We could double top off the 8 EMA here and go lower. If you look, really the last 3 days have closed in between 8 EMA resistance and over 20 EMA support. So we need to see which way we are going to break first before we get a solid direction. There really just is not a good sense of direction in this market right now. It's just a lot of chop, a lot of consolidation. You know, the GME stuff was running overnight, and I expected there to be a little bit of issues, and that usually causes some hard market movement. But obviously I wasn't expecting the bigger drop that we had today, and then the recovery. I actually thought we might try to break through some supports over and close below those supports to start a little bit of a downside move, but we're kind of, you know, barely holding on. This isn't really a great spot where I could say comfortably that you should be going long because we're going to go do X, Y, and Z. You know, this is a really tough spot for the markets to be right now. So the next 4 days of data, I do think, is going to move us one way or another. And come Friday, I think we'll have a pretty solid direction of which way we're going. But then remember, next week already, on Wednesday, we will get CPI data and have a FOMC meeting on the same day. That is going to be a massive market day. Big movement that day. So markets, I'm looking forward to it just to see what the markets are going to do. This FOMC is going to be incredibly telling due to the dot plot coming out. That's going to be a huge data point that the Fed can no longer hide from. They can no longer just deny the truth. They can no longer deny that inflation is not in control. They can no longer deny that inflation is likely to continue to rise. And they honestly can no longer deny the fact that they are more likely to hike than they are to cut in 2024. I've been saying since December of 2023 when we got the December FOMC that they made a mistake. That was the wrong choice, and that was very little odds we would actually get a rate cut in 2024. And that is playing out, and there's Fed members that have confirmed it. And I'm very interested to see what happens on that Wednesday. But I think we could see potentially even a historically red day that day because of the negative reaction, especially if CPI comes in hot that morning. So, all right, guys, I'm not sure when I will be able to make another video. The kids get out of school this week, and that actually will open up some potentials for me, or more potentials for nighttime, because our schedules will open up a little bit more during the night. So I will do my best, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One thing I will say, though, if you guys enjoy these videos, and obviously you're missing them because I haven't been posting them, come over to the Discord. It's free right now for market talk. So every morning I'm doing a pre-market talk. I'm talking through the markets. I'm talking through NQ, ES, SPY, kind of setting up not only the daily time frame, but also the 15-minute time frame. I'm usually in there from 9:20 to 9:30. And then usually Uncle Pennybags, he actually comes in and he's in there most of the day, or a good part of the morning at least. Trading almost every day. And that side is free, no cost to you guys to come join us and listen to what we have to say. So if you're missing this, a lot of what is covered here is covered, not as in depth, but is covered over there in Market Talk. So come check that out. And of course, if you want to come over to the level 2 side and, see what I'm analyzing every day and you're missing what was said here, come check it out too. There's a 7-day free trial right now for anybody that wants to come check it out and see what they think about it. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have a good day and I will see you when I see you.